What's it like this week, kind of managing you guys' emotions as the week goes on? I know you don't want to get burn up all your energy early in the week. What's this week kind of like from that regard?
As far as preparation, it's the same thing. Obviously, like everyone knows, it means more. But preparation, it shouldn't change. You try to treat it like every other game, even though it's not. You come in, do your film work, um, get the game plan, try to study the game plan, go to practice, come back, watch film again, correct your mistakes, and take it to the next day. And try not to keep the main thing main thing. Don't try to do too much, and just do what got us here.
I assume the practices are, I don't know, a lot more hype or whatever this week.
Yeah, we try and bring more intensity to it. Our tackling needs to improve. It's the it's fundamental of this game, and the only way we can do that is to go harder in practice. So, the intensity's up, not just because it's Texas week, but more so because we need to tackle better. But it's a good week that everyone's fired up and just ready to go out there and try to dominate.
How do you walk that line of trying to be physical in practice without hurting somebody or getting somebody hurt throughout the week?
That's the good thing about the scout team. You got guys on scout team that are trying to show the coaches that they can play, and they're gonna go hard. They're linemen out there trying to pancake us, and I know a lot of schools, their scout teams don't play that hard. So I think that gives us an edge over a lot of people that are scouts. We got a lot of talent on this team, a lot of talent that's not playing. That it's not their time to play it, and they get in on scout team and they run hard, they block hard, just try to give us as close of a look as they can to how we're going to play on Saturday.
So, Buzzy, working on tackling, is that through drills or is just concentrating and being more intense about it?
It's everything. It's I think we got some good tackling drills. We've been trying to move around and see which ones are helping our game and which ones are not, because there's so many things to tackling, and not everyone on this team has the same issues in tackling. Some people have tracking issues, some people have finishing issues, and so on. And I think our coaches are doing a good job of trying to narrow that down and just create drills that put us in space more and get the offensive guys over and them really try to break us off and then when we're doing that in practice, and then when we get in the team, it's you got the coaches screaming at us, wrap up, run your feet. We're gonna stay on it. If someone doesn't wrap up good enough, we're not gonna blow the whistle. It's just an all around effort from everybody to get better. It's one of those things we need to do if we want to be where we want to be at the end of the year, and we're gonna continue working on that.
You and Kenneth are on such a great roll the last 2 or 3 games with tackle numbers and things like that. How do you keep that going? Or I know you're looking forward to doing that, and that's a key to the defense moving forward.
I think we're doing a good job on the mental side, and I think it's putting us in position to make all those tackles. To be honest, I didn't even realize I had that many last week. But that's one thing that I think is helping me and Kenneth. We're not out there playing for stats. We're not out there trying to impress anybody or do any of this and that. We're out there to win football games. And we trust our coaching and our game plans put us in good positions, and we just got to finish. I know he left a few plays on the field that he liked back. I know I did the same, and we're just trying to keep this roll going. The preparation's been up. The confidence has been up on both our halves, and I like having him as a co-partner. He's a guy that I can depend on. If I need to send something back, I don't have to overrun things because he's going to be right there running it down with me. So I think it's only up from here. I definitely don't see that. I definitely don't think that Sooner Nation's seen the best of us too yet. So, I'm just going to say stay tuned and watch us elevate.
As you started playing a bigger role, Curtis, what was it like developing that on-field rapport with Kenneth and getting a feel for where he'd be and vice versa?
Honestly, it shook out pretty quick, a lot quicker than I expected. And that's just a trust thing. And that's where I fall back to. We're good friends off the field. We're not best friends or anything, but, we hang out. We go out together on the weekends. We go eat during the week. All the linebackers come kick it at somebody's house, doesn't matter where. It's a trust thing. I trust him. I trust that man with my personal belongings. I trust him with my car and my house keys. So when it got on the field, it was just comfortable. He says something, I'm gonna be there on this play. It's just the fact that I'm gonna remember that next time he's gonna be there. I could play that play this way, and so on. And I think we trust each other, and I think that's just the main reason why we're playing so well off each other right now.
What's the most treasured personal belonging you would let Kenneth hold on to?
Man, I'll let him borrow my car, but that's about it.
What do you drive?
Huh? I'm in college. Y'all praying I said Ferrari or something, but I
Can't
drive
be
a
worse than what I drive.
I drive a 06 Chrysler, some humble. I like it. Keep me out the way.
Curtis, you come off that Army game, all those tackles. Just how physically draining was that, and how much did kind of the coaches have to work with you to be able to rehabilitate your body, and how much did that help to have Caleb Kelly play most of that second half last week?
It beat me up in that Army game. It was tough. They ran the ball down there 80 times, if not more. With 8-9 lead blockers in the core. Them firing out the way they do, the way they block, the way they get after things, it was bound to wear and tear on us. And I felt it last week, but that's just the game of football. They did our coaching staff does a good job of letting you recover at the same time, keeping you locked in so that you're ready for Saturday. Because, ideally, a lot of injuries guys deal with, you would sit out if I was just a normal person with a desk job. But there's a lot of things that I have to play through, and there's sometimes that, okay, I don't need to do this drill, but I for sure need to do this drill. And, it's just being honest with yourself, just gauging whether you feel good enough to work to push your body throughout the week, but at the same time trying to stay healthy enough so you can put it all on the line on Saturday.
What's your thoughts on Texas's offense and what you've seen out of them so far?
I think you get a matured Ellinger. I think he played decent last year. I expect him to come out and try to have a big game. I think he's even more of a leader this year, so I think his guys are going to ride behind him. Their skill positions are really talented. They got a lot of backs that can get after it. I think their coaches did a good job with their adjustments from just last year's film with us and comparing it to this year's games. I thought they played a lot of good football this year. Even the Maryland game was when I watched the Maryland game after one of our games, and they lost that game, but they looked pretty solid in it, and and then they went on a run. So they're out here trying to win a football game. We're just trying to stuff them.
You talked a lot about the talent on the scout team. Can you name any guys you think are stepping up, have a right future?
Big Mo, Marquise. I think he's inside. I think he's physical. I think when he gets his head around, he's gonna be a damn good football player. Just all around. It's more of an effort thing. I think a lot of our talented guys are in the offense right now. They do a good job of rotating our guys. They try to keep the guys that have the brightest futures up with them, even if they're not playing a lot. But we got a lot of walk-ons that come in and they bust our ass to outrun us if we're lacking. So I don't think it's just a crazy talented scout team. At the same time as they just go hard. They understand, they bought in, and they trust our coaching, and our coaches tell them to go hard, and if we don't go hard, they're going to show up. You don't get here as a walk-on or as a lower level. Like if you get a scholarship here, you're a guy. If you're a walk-on here, you're somewhat of a guy, and a lot of times those guys pan out too. So I think we don't bring in average players. So it just shows up throughout. But to answer your question, highlights that says that it's big Mo. I think he can be doing a lot of things. But.
Buzzy, thanks, man.
Yep.
Have a great day.